Hello. Just making this video because it was on my mind. I was 20 years old when my dad died. He committed suicide. Or no, 24. I'm sorry. I was about going on 24. Yeah. When my dad committed suicide, I went down to Texas to console my mom and help her get through it. And at that time, I grown pretty far apart from both my parents, really, because I'd come up here when I was 13. So, I went down and did the whole rigmarole, shed a couple tears, got through the funeral, and came back home. Never really getting deep into it, thinking about my dad and why he did what he did. But now that I've gotten older, a little wiser, maybe you could say, I just realized that it was really tough for my dad, and I suffer from bipolar and stuff. I mean, I don't have nearly the issues my father had, but I can kind of understand the whole depression stuff because I mean it comes and goes for me. So, and when it comes and hits me hard, it's tough. Fortunately for me, unlike my dad, my life went a little different. It was tough for me till I hit 13, but when I moved up here, I had a lot of opportunities and a lot to be grateful for. So that is kind of what shaped me and molded me to be able to deal with those deep, dark depression periods, whereas my dad didn't have that. My dad had to witness his dad kill his mother in front of him and then pull the trigger on himself, commit suicide himself. So he had that severe trauma, right off the bat in the beginning. Their oldest brother took over the family to take care of him, and I'm not justifying what the older brother did, but he was very abusive, physically and verbally, and evidently the stress maybe of everything got to him. Who knows, whatever. But so my dad had to deal with that, and my dad took off at a young age and went on his own and had no real education, nothing like that, and eventually got into the world of drugs. And then for years and years, he was an addict. And, so, like, it's just sad to sit there and think about, like, what my dad had to go through because he basically never saw joy in life. And by the way, this is what I believe, is how my dad thought and felt. Because my dad never talked to me about his feelings. I don't know this firsthand at all. I just kind of go by the life I had with him and then just the way his behaviors were and some of the things he would say and from stuff that my mom told me as well. But anyway, getting back to it, like my dad just seemed to never have no joy in life. Ever. In the entirety of his life, he just never had any kind of joy or any kind of real happiness. And I don't even mean like the hardcore happiness of finding your one true love and spending your whole life with it and it's just that perfect person for you and you have wonderful kids and a wonderful life and that kind of happiness because that doesn't happen for everybody. Most people it doesn't happen for them. Most people, they find someone who they're compatible with and they love and they get along with and everything and have a family, but it's not that storybook romance, or that true love that everything just worked out in your life and you went to college and pursued the career was a dream of your life, like a dream job that you go to work now, you're 40, 50 years old and you go to work and you just love it. I mean, you really truly love what you're doing and you're actually making a difference maybe what you're doing, or something like that. So it's like you're just so in love with your life. So I'm not even talking about that because those things I understand don't happen for everybody. It's only a select few, select blessed, whatever you want to say, that happens. What I mean is my dad didn't have any of the basic joys in life. And that's like so sad, you know. I mean, like it's when you think about it, it's like amazing that he made it to 50. Because I mean, really, what would be the point then? You know, like for instance, me, I can go out and I can go down to the creek and go fishing, and look at the sky and the trees and the water, and and I can just see how beautiful it is. I mean, I truly love life in that sense. I mean, I see the beauty of this creation that God created for us, and just how fascinating it all is, and it's a joy for me. I do see the blessings that I have. I'm blessed in the fact that I can see the blessings that I have. Like for instance, when my mom died and I was broke, had no money, and it was all my fault. I mean, that I had no money and stuff. I was active into my alcoholism at the time and had no money, and I had to get down to Texas. And I'm a dime to my name. I had to get down to Texas. I need a plane ticket, blah, this and that. Without me soliciting any of this, everybody down at work, while I was off, because my mom died, so I didn't go into work, obviously. All of a sudden, I get this card from everybody with their condolences, and they all gathered some money together. Everybody chipped in, a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there, whatever. And the amazing thing was, like, they did that unsolicited, and it turned out to be enough for a plane ticket. Like, it was literally almost just enough for a plane ticket to get down there and back. Like, now normally people would be like, oh, cool, I mean, I appreciate you guys, and that's just, but I mean, I literally saw the blessing in that. Like, I mean, that was like, I mean, I don't even want to go so far as to say like divine intervention or anything, but like that's something that I totally know, and to this day I'm grateful for. And there's a couple things like that that's happened in my life, and I won't go into all those, but so that's just another joy that I can actually see those blessings, and then I can actually call upon them when I do feel down and realize that life ain't all that bad. But nature is like one of the biggest ones for me. Like, I go out there and I see the beautiful sky or animals or just the water and what have you, and just see how awesome the world is or how fascinating it can be. And it's just so beautiful. Like, and it's just so epic. And I can see that and appreciate it every day. And my dad, he just didn't have that. He just, I mean, he might have noticed, that, hey, the sky looks beautiful and stuff, but he didn't really, he just didn't feel like anything from it, He was just like, the sky's nice looking. It's beautiful, Like, he didn't understand the true beauty of it and the creation of it all. Because my dad truly didn't believe in God. He was big time anti-God and stuff like that, and he truly didn't believe in any of that. So I think that kind of took away from it all. I mean, you don't have to be religious, but I think to truly appreciate everything and how beautiful it is, you have to appreciate the fact that it was created by somebody or something, and he believed in nothing. So he didn't have that joy. So there was a lot of things he didn't have in his life. He had no childhood. His childhood was ripped away from him from the beginning. He was born with bipolar disorder, which is manic depressive, what it used to be called. So you have ups and downs, and usually it's down. I mean, your ups, you do have here and there, but usually it's down. So he has a severe depression that he would have had no matter what. On top of the tragedy and stuff that he had to go through, and it's tough, But I mean, I can kind of see that now. And just realize how sad it is that he truly felt no joy. And so he took his life because he just saw nothing, saw no reason to exist. And that is extremely sad. But to all you people out there who might be suffering from such a thing, I just want you to know that there is a reason you exist. The simple fact that you're here is a reason. I mean, I couldn't tell you why you're here, what you need to do, or why you're created, or why you exist. But you do exist. meaning that you do belong here, or you wouldn't exist. And just try hard. I know it's not easy, especially in those deep, dark periods. Just try to see the beauty in the little things. Like the real little joys in life is what really make it worthwhile. If you're looking for the big payday, I want that one true love to come out, or I want that one awesome job, or man, why can't I get the $100,000 for this house? If you're looking for those things, you're always going to be disappointed, because that comes and goes. Sometimes it's about hard work. Sometimes it's just a little bit of luck, whatever. So you have to look at the little joys in life and truly look at them. Like for me, like I said, it's a lot to do with nature. Maybe it's something else for you. Maybe it's just in your children, seeing them play and the things they do, and just realizing how amazing your kids are. Even that they started out as this little microscopic cell that you couldn't even see, and they became this wonderful person, and what they all can accomplish. I mean, that's amazing in and of itself, and a joy. So there's 100 things out there, but you just got to look at the little things in life that bring you that joy, and try to hold on to those when you get those dark times, and talk to somebody. I know that's not easy because there's a lot of people out there who don't even acknowledge depression. They kind of see it as somebody who's just being a wussy. They just don't. They're just being little pussies and stuff. And if there's no one in your life personally, call the numbers out there, the different numbers that are available for help during those periods. Just hang in there and realize that you do mean to exist, and you are loved, and you'll get through it. Tomorrow will be a better day. Goodbye.